just let me know, but they show no fish. Yeah, say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. They say you found it, but she doesn't want.
Well, hey y'all, guess what? They done came back, child. Happy Tuesday. We're back here on the Sheer Motivation Podcast. Welcome. Come on, let's tap in. Let's just get into it. So, we're going to start with the tip of the day. What's the tip of the day? I got a few tips I can think of right now.
Yes. Lots of tips. So the tip of the day for this week's episode is to replenish your energy. What are some helpful things that you have done to replenish your energy?
Shoot. Well, I just came back from vacation.
And I missed you.
You missed me?
I did. I missed you. And I know you guys missed us too.
So replenishing my energy. I had several drinks, while I was on vacation. I had a good time, but we'll get into that later. But I think the first thing I need to start with is a full night's sleep. Because, child, I had a good time on my vacation, but I never got a full 8 hours of sleep. And currently, I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep and 2 cups of coffee. So the first thing I would say that I need to do to replenish is probably drink some water and get about 9 hours of sleep. I need it real bad.
Definitely hydrate after a trip and being out in the sun and having fun, which includes cocktails. Of course, you have to replenish your electrolytes, get your energy back up to a standard that you're operating at your most optimal self.
Yeah, just stay hydrated, y'all. Water, Powerade, Gatorade.
But
tequila aid, whatever aid you need.
Tequila.
Good thing this ain't tequila, friends, but
but I'm hydrated.
It's an aid.
But I'm hydrated. So that's what's most important. So the tip of the day: replenish your energy. Taking time to recharge allows you to show up as your best self. So that's what it's all about, and we've talked about it in previous episodes. Showing up as your best self so that you can fulfill all those necessary roles that you're responsible for.
Right. So speaking of fulfilling necessary roles that you're responsible for, let's tap into what's going on around us as far as our celebrity highlight. We got Krishan had the baby.
Yes, congratulations to Krishan Rock and
congratulations for a healthy baby. That's a blessing. It really is.
And Blueface.
The face of blue.
The face of blue, yes. So congratulations to them both. We do know that right now in celebrity news, they are having a battle via the internet, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. It is a battle because he's saying things such as, he's going to take the baby from her if she doesn't prove herself to be a fit parent for his son. And as you know, he wasn't in the delivery room with her. So he got to watch the delivery just like we did via the internet, if he chose to even look at it then.
Okay, but they've broken up. He's decided to go back with his
first kid's
stationary mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jada. Yeah. Well, his first kid's mom. We'll put it that way. And
he went back to Old Faithful.
Yeah, and Krishan and the young lady, they've exchanged words and stuff like that. I just think, when you're expecting a child, you're very, very emotional. And then, for you to think that you're about to have this perfect life with your child's father, and then for it to not go as planned, I'm quite sure Krishan is crushed.
But did she think she was gonna have a perfect life?
Well, I'm not gonna say.
Well, I guess we all get in our little honey on the moon phase,
right?
And we realized the honey that fell off the moon, it slithered down into the depths of the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah. Well, I think when the father is coming around and rubbing you on your stomach and kissing you and telling you how beautiful you are, you're glowing and this, that, and the other, I'm quite sure you can get caught up in that fantasy of things.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not sure of all the ins and outs. You know, the internet is just a small snippet of what actually goes on.
Right, and we don't know. This is all for fun, you
Yeah.
know, and just acknowledging that she had a healthy baby, because that's a big deal. I think we lose sight of that because women have babies every day, but we really don't take the time to think about how many things. It's a miracle, because a lot of things can go wrong in the delivery room, after the delivery room. So that is great. I'm happy for her. I did see, I don't know how true it is, I saw the post that they renamed the baby to, like, I don't know if it's true, Kanye or something. Somebody said, leave Kanye out.
Listen, you come for Kanye, that's when you stepping on my toes, because I don't play about Kanye. I got a little Kanye deep down inside of me. Yeah, I got some of those traits.
We all do.
Yeah, I got some of those traits.
The main people that take to the internet that hate on Kanye, the main ones that behind closed doors be like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
He said that.
You better identify with your inner Kanye. You better identify with your inner Kanye. I'm not playing, because I ain't see nothing wrong with how Kanye was acting. But yeah, so Krishan Rock and Blueface. And congratulations on the baby. Little Krishan Jr., because he's named after his mommy. Or they could be possibly changing his name to appease Jada, the first kid's mom.
We shall see. We'll let that play out, and we shall see. We'll be watching.
Yep.
So, speaking of letting things play out, so I want to talk a little bit about my trip that just played out.
Give me some popcorn.
Oh, it's story time.
Story time.
I ain't gonna bore y'all with all the nooks and
No,
crannies.
we need it all. We need it all. Don't y'all want it all? Because I want it all. I want it all. Yes, because she's been holding back the tea, and this is not tea, but let's get ready to rumble.
You want to get nasty?
Yes, I want to hear all the gory details, from the airport to the resort to the everything.
So let me start off with a prelude. I love my friends. Because I don't really got that many. I got like a small handful, which I'm okay with. You know, because it's not about multiplicity.
Quality.
It's about, come on, you better, that's a word.
Yeah, quality.
Okay.
Quality connections.
So I'm not going to throw none of my friends away. I love all my friends. I love my people. But
I block people.
you do, you are. And I'm going to get through this podcast without using one curse word. That's my goal. Hashtag no curse words, because I'm trying to get delivered from, because there's something about a curse word that feels real good.
Listen, I think it adds color.
Oh.
Yeah, it adds color.
Oh, flavor.
Yeah.
It's like the hot
It's like
sauce.
sprinkle.
So anywho, I have been planning to do a trip with a friend of mine for a while. We never could make it happen. So I was really excited. And I'm still glad I went. I love my friends. Am I convincing myself?
You are.
I'm convincing. Well, so the original plan, we were going to fly and meet each other in Puerto Rico. She's coming from a different place. I'm coming from a different place, as we don't live in the same state. So the initial plan was we're going to meet there. She was going to fly in and get there about 2 hours before me. And she said, you know, I'm going to just wait for you at the airport, and then we'll Uber over to the hotel, which is about 7 minutes away. Cool. Fine with that. Fast forward, I get to the airport, and I was seeing nobody there that I knew. And I was like, I said to myself, self, okay. So that's when I got a text message as I'm trotching my stuff. I don't even know if trotching is a word.
But okay.
Well, we'll go with it.
We saw our own dictionary.
Right. Because,
yeah,
that's what, right. So, just like we started our own podcast, we can create our own words.
Dictionary.
Like, who's going to stop us?
Nobody can stop us.
Okay. So, I'm trudging my things through the airport, and there's you know, nobody there that I know. So I get this text message in my phone that says, hey, I've Ubered to the hotel.
Change of plan.
Okay. You know, and I'm quick on my feet.
Strike one.
Oh, you gonna write that?
I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, you keep
that
that tally. You messy.
3 strikes and you out.
Oh,
So
I like it.
tread light. Tread light.
So, you know, my thing was okay, you know, because I'm quick on my feet. you know. And so I'm like, I figured it out. So I get to the loading area where there's Ubers and there's ride share and all these here kind of things. And I'm like, okay, well, now I have to just download Uber. Boom. Simple fix. I'm gonna download Uber. It's 6 minutes away. Well, the problem was where I was at, there was no signal. So I'm trying to download the app. It's spinning. I finally get it downloaded. And the sweat is beginning to trickle. You know, because it's about 99 degrees of hell in Puerto Rico.
Hell is hot.
Okay, so the sweat is trickling down my back, you know, and I got my luggage and my bag keeps slipping. So anyway, I download it. I put in my car information. It's just spinning. I'm getting that spin, right? So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be all right. I started to feel myself get mad. I got a little vexed in my spirit, and then I thought about the other episode we did, the mindfulness, just like take a breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, right? So because it was spinning, I'm trying to process a ride. The app didn't like it. My bank card didn't like it.
Because you're in a foreign land.
It looks like something janky is going on. So they said, oh, I'm sorry. Something went wrong with your payment. So I tried it again. And then I got a notification from my bank through text message. We've locked your card. There seems to be activity going on. Right. But I guess the ride had already come. So in the midst of the ride getting there, it went on and locked my card up. Okay, cool. I get to the hotel. When I get to the hotel, I go upstairs. She was actually at the door waiting for me. Like I said, I love my friend, you know. We greeted each other. I said, well, hey, girl. I said, I wasn't expecting you to Uber to the hotel. I mean, it was cool that she did it because we're grown, right? But my thing is when the plans change, I just need to know.
Right, because you
in the make sure that I went there prior, like that morning or that night before, hey, girl, go ahead and download Uber, or I'm letting you know I'm not going to meet you at the airport. So once I got in, I got settled. Oh, let me back up though. When the thing was spinning, when I was trying to get the Uber, remind you, I'm dealing with the spinning. So I had texted her and said, hey, can you send me the address to the hotel? Now I can look in my email,
right? But
I thought it would just be easier to get her to send me the address so I can just copy and paste that, put it right into the Uber, because I'm already trying to. She was like, oh, you can just Google it. She hit me with the Google me, bitch.
Yeah, you ain't gonna make it.
She did not say, oh. So I just laughed at the comment because I'm just like, oh, okay. But that's fine because, like I said, I'm quick on my feet. So anyway, I made it to the hotel. Took my shower. We changed clothes. We headed out to get some food. And we settled into, you know, the ambiance was cool. I'm glad that I went. But there was just a period of things that really caused me to question the way that I want to move forward doing trips, you know.
Okay, so was the food good?
No. I didn't eat any food that I was like, oh, I need more of this.
Was the room comfortable?
The room was comfortable, but I had a roommate, my friend.
Are we ready for strike two?
This is strike two. You ready for this? Strike two.
I got my pen. I'm ready.
Yeah.
What she do?
When I say,
no.
You might need to add a couple strikes.
And snoring. Jesus.
It was from the deep depths of the larynx or whatever this is called.
No.
I was like,
because if I can't have complete silence, I can't even sleep.
Oh my goodness. I was like,
yeah. See, every night I would rush back to the room. I hop in the bed and pull the cover over my head.
And visit the ear, nose, and throat doctor while we here.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you know, listen, I've been told that I do a little light snore here and there depending on how tired I am, but I don't snore like a trucker.
Right.
But if I knew that I did,
I'm
going to disclose that to my potential roommate and say, hey, I I get busy in these sheets. Okay, I get busy in these sheets, and I be snoring, going real hard.
Right.
So you may want to consider a different sleeping arrangement. So the next morning, when she woke up, I was already up. I was like, because I want to confront the situation. So I go, girl, you was snoring like a full grown 6'3" man. And I guess that's my problem with my friendships. I expect things that I'm just not gonna get. I was expecting her to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was snoring. It was, oh, I guess I must have been tired. You know what? And one of my other friends told me the last time we went on a trip that, oh my gosh, you were snoring so loud. And I'm like, well, you should have disclosed that to me. That would have been my cue to rethink the sleeping arrangement. But I said, oh, okay. So the snoring was number 2. So we'll fast forward. Overall, the trip was good. I don't regret going. I loved all 7, almost 8, 9 days that I was there because they tried to trap me there. The last strike, you know, I missed my flight. And that's why I'm here with I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I missed my flight.
Please tell me that was not due to another grown individual's actions.
So it's partially my fault because when we checked out 10 minutes. We checked out was at 11. We checked out 11:10. And I said, you know, because remind you, my Uber is still not available to me because they locked my whole account. So I said, well, I think we probably should, you know, call for the Uber. She was like, well, I don't think there was any air condition at the airport. And I was like, well, now that you say it, I don't really remember air condition, but I think we need to get to the airport 90 minutes at least before. No, I think we're good with 60. That was my cue to go ahead and call me a cab, a shuttle, a SOS, whatever I needed.
Right.
But I didn't. So we ended up leaving at 12:20, headed to the airport, which took about 12 minutes instead of the 7 because there was traffic. Well, there's an additional checkpoint in Puerto Rico. I got held up. I was in line and I was like, guess who's gonna miss their flight? And in my mind, I was just like, Lord, please help me. Make it through all the checkpoints. I even at one point, this man in TSA took pity on me. I was like, I'm about to miss my flight. Can you help me? And he was like, come with me. And he unhooked the things. He let me at the front. I got to my gate. And my plane they had stopped the boarding. And I got to see my plane back up and gone on
Just
down.
roll.
Just roll. Yeah, my plane was gone.
Roll.
That's a hell of a chin check when you know you're supposed to be on that flight and you looking at it back up on the runway.
And we not talking about down the street around the corner. We talking about you in Puerto Rico.
I'm in Puerto Rico
trying to get back to Virginia.
and they don't give a damn. I mean, they don't care. You know. Cause I went to the lady. I was like, "Well, do I need to get an addition?" The man told me I need to get a green sticker. She was like, "Who told you? Who told you, mommy?" I was like, "The man told me to come over here." No. I was like, "Yeah, he did. He just told me to come over here so you can help me get a green tag and print because all of their kiosks was out of order." She was like, "No, that's not what this line is for. But I'll help you. Just give me one momento, mommy." I was like,
I don't have minutes.
So I missed my flight. I go to the kiosk. I'm like, hey, I missed my flight. I need to, do y'all have anything else? Oh, no, we don't have anything until tomorrow. Tomorrow, when I say, I was nauseous.
Gee.
But
You went into frivolous prayer.
I said, Lord, please help me. You said you'll never leave me nor forsake me.
That's what it said.
But I'm about to catch a whole act up charge here in Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I'm about to be in there. And I don't need to be in that because I can't understand what they saying. Orange ain't really my color. I don't even know if they wear orange there.
Yeah, I think they wear white and black, sis.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
That don't really go with my olive skin.
So, now you missed your flight. Did she make her flight?
Oh, she made her flight. She made her flight. You
so you had to
two more
stay.
strikes.
You had this. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and give her a couple more. So you in the unconditioned airport.
Well, by the time we made it the part where you fly out, yes, there was air. There was no charging ports for your phone. The trash was over flooded. I felt like I had been abandoned. I felt like I was being pranked. I felt like the love that I had for Puerto Rico. I was hungry. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't eating nothing.
That's hangry.
I told myself, I'm not buying nothing to eat in this airport. I'm not spending no more money. I was so mad. I was mad at the Puerto Rico people because they did nothing. It's not their fault. It's really my fault. I should have just called me a cab
and gone about
and just gone. Because if I had made it there 5 minutes earlier,
you would have been on there.
I would have been on my flight.
Yeah, the difference in 5 minutes. The difference in that.
Yeah. But it's cool.
I'm really, really sorry that you had that experience because I was here, not experiencing any of Puerto Rico. A little salty in my spirit. I was a little salty because all last week I had to work without you. Then I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to keep calling you and texting you because you're supposed to be on this lavish vacation. So I was just looking at your story and looking at the sand, looking at the beach, looking at you in a 2-piece. And I was like, I should be there. I really should be there.
It was 2 pieces.
It was 2 pieces.
I'm proud of myself.
And I said, well, she's enjoying herself, so that's all that matters. And that's what I say about the internet. It's only a small snippet of what's actually going on.
Right.
Because I did not know any of that occurred. But I will tell you that I have great sympathy for you.
Thank you.
Because I have also been burnt by the friend bug.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I travel real light.
Right, you do travel light, and I've heard you say that. And I receive it. I don't know if I received it, but I receive it, But I did have a good time in Puerto Rico. There was lots of good times. We went out to an area called La Placita and the Factoria. And it's like a whole area of clubs and bars. I went on the beach. I saw some friends on the beach just roaming around. If you caught my story, it was some horses just roaming around because the Spaniards brought those horses there. I learned a lot about the island and, the history. So I did have a good time. But like you said, sometimes it's best to pack light.
Erica said it. Erica, a whole evangelist. Thank you, Erica. Wow. Thank you. We received that word, Lord. But yeah, traveling, when you're traveling with either 1 or 2 people, whatever, a lot of communication has to take place ahead of time. And then a whole lot of communication has to take place during the process because of the simple fact you don't know each other's comfort level. I'm a person that goes and comes by myself, so I'm cool. I know what I'm going to do. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. But then some people who never travel, they don't really understand, the severity of their actions. So definitely...
Right. And like I said before, and I say it again throughout, because I don't want nobody to be mad at me. I love my friend. I'm not throwing her away.
Well, she got 5 strikes.
Oh, is it 5?
5.
Oh, dang.
So all her trips will be on American soil. No more Puerto Rico for her. Maybe American soil. Yeah, American soil. Maybe Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe a little North Carolina, a little Outer Banks.
Quick little 2-day, 3-day.
Yeah, a little 2-day, 3-day.
Separate rooms because I want a full night's sleep.
Yeah. So now that you know what you're dealing with, if it comes a time to travel again, I'm not telling you to or not to, but if there comes a time where you travel again, then these are the things that you have to keep in mind when you're traveling. And like I said, I was burnt by the bad trip bug. Yeah, but my trip was on Virginia soil.
Okay, so you was local. Oh, you could get away.
I could if I wanted to, but the $1,000 price tag that was attached to it made it hard because you booked the room, you brought tickets, you brought clothes, hair done, nails done, everything did. But it was one of those things where the person that I was with had never been to that type of surrounding, that type of atmosphere.
They had never been to a concert or an outdoor festival or...
Correct. They had not. So there are 2 different things between a festival and a concert. So a concert could have seating, could be standing room only. So something in the water happened a few years ago, and then it was in Virginia Beach, and then it went to DC, and then it came back to Virginia Beach in 2023. Yeah, so I think you would be a prime candidate for, you know, when I start accepting applications.
Are you trusting me for travel?
I've already tested the water a little bit.
Okay.
You know, yeah, if you can go to the concert and not have to go to the bathroom 88 times, and you don't need to eat all the snacks and drink all the liquor, and we don't have to stand in line because I'm actually there for a show. I'm not there for line.
Right. And I don't have a geriatric bladder, so we should be good.
And we thank God for that.
Amen.
Amen. So I went to something in the water with a person that I felt was capable and well able, because we had went to, you know, club scenes and different things like that together.
Okay, so you had tested the water prior and was this for short periods of time? And
so we would hit like happy hours. We would hit like, you know, R&B Thursdays and different things like that. So we had hung out, you know, we felt like we had some things in common, kids of the same age, you know, same age demographic, you know, both African American women. So we felt like we were checking off the boxes.
Well, let me get my scorecard here. Okay.
Yeah. And
it's looking good for Team Go.
Yeah, Team Go. So we booked the room, which I found a gentleman who
got Team Go and Team No.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a lot of no's.
Okay. Well, right now Team Go is winning, because I mean y'all got a lot of parallels. So I got like 3 marks for Team Go.
Okay.
All right.
So you know, it comes down to the time that, you know, the week before, and I'm already throwing things in my bag. So in my bag I have biking shorts, I have jean shorts, I have leggings, I have a sundress. You know,
all your walk friendly.
Yeah, I have my walk friendly shoes. You know, New Balances. I have a couple of pairs of sandals, and of course I have some in the hotel type slides, because I don't like my feet to touch hotel flooring. And so I had those with me. You know, I had comfortable shirts, off the shoulder, tank tops, t-shirts, and then a jacket to tie around my waist, because, you know, it could get cool. So that, and I kept saying, hey girl,
so at this point, y'all are in the packing phase.
Yeah.
And you have reached out to her to talk about, hey, you packed, what stuff you got going on, and then at this point, what indication? She's like, yeah, I packed, I'm good.
She was like, you know, she had got some stuff from Shein and Fashion Nova and all of that stuff.
Fashion Nova.
Yeah, I like both of them. Shout out to Shein, shout out to Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Things, all of them. You know, they serve their purpose.
Yeah.
But with me, I'm kind of a t-shirt, jeans. You know, I know that a festival entails a lot of walking. Even to get inside the venue, it's a ton of walking. So you cannot wear thong sandals.
Okay, so fast forward. Y'all talked about the packing. Y'all have now made it to the room.
Yeah, we're at the room.
Y'all are getting dressed, prepared to go venture out into this.
Yeah, so we got there a whole day early. So something in the water was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we got there Thursday night at the oceanfront, Virginia Beach. You know, really nice room right on like 30-something street. Oceanfront view, beautiful. Nice amenities. I have.
Let me put another mark for the Go.
Yeah.
The Go team.
Yeah, for the amenities.
View. Okay.
And so we had a really, really good time. We got in, we got settled. You know, we switched out, took our showers, switched our outfits, and we hit the strip.
Okay, it sounded real fun to me right now.
Listen, nothing.
I almost feel a way that I wasn't there.
Listen, it was really, really fun. It was really, really fun. Night number 1 was a blast. So I was only excited about what was to come the next night, because this is the first night of the festival. Blase blah. So it ended up getting delayed because of weather. It started raining in this area, severe thunderstorms and rain.
Ooh, so that's one for Team now.
Yeah, but that's God.
Okay.
That's God. So I mean, we can't do nothing about that. So we had a slight hiccup. So instead of it opening at 12, I think it ended up opening at 3, with the first act coming on at 5.
Okay.
And the first act was going to be Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. I love Jasmine as well.
Y'all niggas be making me mad.
Yeah.
I don't even know the words, but that's how I feel.
But that's what she said. That's exactly what she said.
I just know the melody. I be like,
So, as we're coming in, you know, the taxis or Ubers, ride share can only get to certain streets.
Okay.
So it can only come as far down to the festivals like maybe 16th Street. And the first entrance is 14th Street or 10th Street to actually gain access. So anyway, we had the Uber down. We got in the Uber.
This is giving a lot of walking at this point. I got on my comfortable shoes.
But
I wasn't there, but in my mind I was there. So at this point I'm with y'all, and I got on my comfortable shoes.
Okay. So I have on a tank top and some jeans.
Okay.
Comfortable. And I wore my New Balances because, hey, they good walking shoes.
It was warm outside.
It was
right?
warm.
Okay.
It was warm. And so we, I'm like, okay, we need to get a ride. We're at the rooms. I'm like, okay, we need to get a ride. The gates open at 3. The first show comes on at 5. She was like, why we gotta go down there so early?
So at this point, are y'all both dressed in the room?
Yeah, we're both dressed in the room. So I said, no, you don't understand. I said, gates opening and showtime, that's not a large window of opportunity between the two. So we really need to start heading away.
Okay.
To the venue. And so she was like, okay, well, let me get a cocktail. So
ain't nothing wrong with a good cocktail.
Ain't nothing wrong with a cocktail.
I like to have a good cocktail.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good cocktail.
Cocktail.
So she pours herself a cocktail. I order us an Uber, and she, sits there and she drinks a cocktail. And then I said, okay, the Uber's downstairs. It says it's 2 minutes away. Let's head down. So she's like, oh, I gotta pour me another cocktail.
Oh, so this is cocktail number 2.
Cocktail number 2. So she poured another cocktail. So okay, so we walked.
That's
down.
a bit much for the walking. That's about to take place in the heat. That's about to take. I probably would have did one at the room, and then it's like, I'm gonna have me another one once I get down there. But okay.
So we get in the Uber. We go downstairs. We get in the Uber. She has a drink in her hand. We get to the venue.
Is this in a flask or is this in a paper cup? I'm just
red cup gang all day, baby.
Red cup. Okay, I do a little red cup.
Little red cup, baby.
Okay.
So we get down. We get in the car. We're riding or whatever. So the Uber says, "Well, this is as far as I can take you. Y'all have to get out here because all the roads are barricaded and they have a little lane for the Ubers to bus you in and come back." So okay. So when we got out, we started walking. She was like, we ain't there yet.
Is that how she was walking? With
because she got on thong sandals. I got on New Balances, so I'm strutting with the big dogs. She got on thong sandals. Don't even get me started.
So there wasn't enough support in the thong sandal, and she was giving this with the shoulders in the red cup.
The red cup. So we go through the lines, and then there are multiple security checks because we're talking about a festival. There are celebrities there. There are celebrities just walking around like everyday people. You know what I'm saying? You can see NFL, NBA. You can see music artists. You can see actor, actress. It's a festival, and Pharrell is a big name in the 757. So as we're walking around, as we're getting in there, we're funneling through the crowd or whatever. She's like, "Oh my God, this line too long." I say, "Exactly." So she's like, "Oh, my feet starting to kill me." So we haven't even made it in the gate.
Were they thong sandals with the heel, or was this?
No, they were flat. But okay, so there are.
Describe the thong of the sandal.
I'm talking about $6.99. The worst
thong
sandal. Yeah, the worst thong sandal that was made. Like no support, straight, just plasticky, ready to pop at the seams or whatever. Like it was no reason for them. I don't even know why they made them. They're only for looks. You're supposed to put them on and sit down. Like don't even wear them out the house. But anyway, so we're getting through the line or whatever. We get through security check. We get inside the venue or whatever. So I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta go. Like Jasmine's about to come on. We got like 5 minutes before Jasmine's about to come on. And she said, I gotta go get me a cocktail. And
is this cocktail number 3?
This is cocktail number 3. And I'm like, cocktail.
She must want making them strong enough at the room because I do like my 2 here to quit us.
I'm like, girl, we got to get to the stage. We got to get to the stage.
Because at this point, Jasmine is waiting.
Yeah, Jasmine, she ready to sing. She warming up her vocals. She ready to sing the song. So, I'm late seeing Jasmine, and by late I mean 5 or 10 minutes. So it didn't ruin the mood, but it was just like during, when they send out the itinerary for the concert, you see all the big names that's going to be there, and that's how you plan your day.
Right.
What stage you need to be at what time, what stage you need to be at that time, and then the time in between that it's an act that you really don't want to see, that's the time that you get something to drink, that's the time you eat, that's the time you use the bathroom, you socialize.
So at this point she had to go to the bathroom, and this is cocktail number 3, and at this point Jasmine is about to
blowing. Jasmine
is already on the stage.
Up there. Shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine's up there blowing. She doing what she do, honey.
She's doing lions and tigers and
bears. Yes. Oh my. Yeah, she was doing. And so I'm looking at her like, and then she gotta go to the bathroom. So then let me tell you about this outfit. She wore a 1-piece halter outfit. So 1-piece jumpsuit tied around the neck, back out, whatever. Porta potties.
Oh, I cannot stand a porta
I hate a
potty.
porta potty. Like, I get a whole OCD about porta potties.
Yeah.
But you know, what else can you do? You know,
Right.
so we go to the porta potty. She's like, you know. So her sandal broke as soon as she stepped in the sand. So when I said $6.99, I'm not exaggerating. So as soon as she stepped in the sandal popped. So now she's walking around
This was
barefoot.
before the third drink, or was this after the third
This
drink?
was before the third drink.
Oh, so okay. So she was dedicated to the drink because it didn't even matter that
Yeah.
the strap had popped.
Mm-hmm.
She was ready to get that drink in her cup.
Mm-hmm. So she got that drink in her cup.
So if the strap popped, I'm curious, how did she secure the shoe on her foot?
She didn't wear her shoes. I mean, we're on the beach. We're on the sand. So a lot of people walk bare feet on the sand. But
Okay.
walking bare feet on the sand from your tent or folding chair to the water is one thing. But walking bare feet on the sand for 10 miles is different.
Yes.
Yeah. So the fact that you're walking your bare feet, hot sand, and the grit of the sand, she created huge blisters on the bottom of her feet walking barefoot. And then she had to go to the porta potty, and where the porta potty sit at.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk. The porta potty. At this, when she go in the porta potty barefoot. Jesus. So day 2, Chris Brown.
Yeah, so day 2 is Chris Brown, Weezy F Baby, Busta Rhymes, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Like, we're talking about.
I'm going to porta potty at the end.
So we're talking about a star-studded event, So I'm so excited about day 2. Like, day 1 was abbreviated due to the storm. Day 2, we got a full day. We about to be out here in the sun and the fun. And but day 2 was the same wardrobe with malfunctions.
What, with the onesie? Oh, halter top onesie. What was it?
It was a thonkini. Yeah, so thonkini. Thonkini with a beach cover up with another pair of $6.99 thong sandals.
Oh, but the strap was fixed on this one, right?
They were brand new.
Oh, okay.
We got to the sand.
Mm-hmm. That's a no.
Because those sandals are not made to walk miles and miles and miles. But on day number 2, the temperature dropped 40 degrees.
Because it's on the water, so
And we're prepared for the evenings to be cooler. I am, because I have a jean jacket tied around my waist, so I'm prepared for the evenings to be cooler. We don't have any sun, and we're on the ocean.
Right.
But that person was not. She had on thonkini, and she had on thong sandals that had popped, and the temperature dropped 40 degrees, and she was freezing. So what we can gather from your story and my story is that when you're traveling and when you're going to different events, dress for the event that you're going to, and take comfortable things and prepare accordingly with the group so that y'all can be on one accord.
Yeah, I definitely learned that. You know, one of my other friends, we was having this conversation, and she said, you know, you can't travel with everybody. You know, and that's true. Now, I do think there's a learning phase when you travel with people. You have to give people grace. Of course, we talked about in previous episodes of giving people grace, and you know, of course, the friends that I do have, I've known them for quite some time, so I love them. I'm not throwing none of them away, but it requires communication. It requires effort, and when you travel with a group and with other people, it does require you to communicate about the itinerary in advance, and you know, you kind of got to bend a little bit and be accommodating and be willing to be accommodating as you navigate through the different adventures on your trip. You know, I'm a person, I don't always eat breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Every morning. Sometimes I may wait until the afternoon to eat. But if I'm on a trip with someone, I do recognize that just because I'm counting my calories for that day for whatever reason, they may not. And I'm willing to be like, okay, well, I'll go to brunch or I'll go to breakfast. Let's, you know, yeah, but you just have to, you know, have a meeting of the minds, talk about your itinerary, and just realize that the whole purpose is to enjoy the trip with whoever you're in the company of. So, you know, you have to think about the other person and consider the other person.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's how you wrap that thing up.
Right.
So this week's topic, tripping on the trip.
Tripping on the trip.
And her trip was international, but my trip was right here in the great 757. But we've taken so many tidbits of information from that, and we hope our listeners have as well.
Yeah, so plan your trip wisely. Choose the people that go on the trip with you wisely, and it probably be more smoother. You know, and just because you have a few hiccups doesn't mean
It's a bad trip.
it's a bad trip. You know, things happen when you go out of town. Stuff gets crossed and wired. It's really about how you recover, you know, and yeah, I mean, I did have to end up paying for an additional flight, but my friend who I love did send me some money back towards the flight. And you know, I'm blessed to have good friends that I rub elbows with, and I had a friend come and pick me up from the DC airport. I still got to get my flight credit for my flight back, but it's okay. And I still don't even know where my luggage is in Richmond. Currently my luggage is in Richmond, but I made it. I'm back. I'm alive.
Yes.
So we'll take it. So with that being said, if you guys are watching, I know the listeners, you know, they can't see, but the visual, my girl Ari hooked me up with the braids. So I want to just shout her out.
Shout her out.
Yeah, if you're looking for a stylist, I'm gonna give you her Instagram. Hold on, I want to spell it correctly because you know I can tear some stuff up. So it is ARRI braids. So she does really good work. These young people are talented because she's probably about half my age. Beautiful girl, beautiful spirit. We laughed, we talked, but she got me hooked up for this trip. So I didn't have to worry about doing my hair. You know how we like our braids when we travel. I'm not misappropriating the culture. I love my braids now.
Yeah, and they look good on you.
Thank you.
They held up well for your trip.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So if you're looking for a braiding stylist, go hit her up. Look her up on Instagram, and let her hands bless your head.
Awesome. Check her out. I'll be getting some braids after I get done, you know, with this current style.
Okay.
So I might hit her up.
Yeah, hit her up.
And this week, my small business shout out goes to Tailored Smoke. It's a premium cigar lounge that's here in the great city of Newport News. And it's run by two African American women, Miss Latasha Vini and Miss Ebony Nickens.
Okay,
so
Latasha and Ebony.
Shout out to them. It's an awesome environment. And like I said, it is a cigar lounge, but they do have a smoking and non-smoking section. They do have live entertainment a few nights a week. Great food. And if you're ever in the area, check out their Taco Tuesday and their whiskey and wings on Wednesday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
You've been?
I have not been.
Okay.
But I have suggested that others go, and they have supported them. I do know Latasha personally.
Okay.
And I was there when she announced that she was opening up this premium cigar lounge. And I was ecstatic to see it, especially women run, African American women.
We are doing it.
They're doing
we are
it.
dipping and doing it. Dipping, diving, and doing it.
Yeah, and so we're talking about women our age, you know what I'm saying, in our age demographic, multiple business owners, and, you know, just being successful, you know.
That's dope. I'm gonna have to check them out. And what's the name of it again?
It is Tailored Smoke.
Tailored Smoke.
And tailored is in like seamstress, so TAILORED Smoke, Tailored Smoke, for their premium cigar line that's there.
I'm gonna have to find me a little fedora or something and go in there and blow smoke.
Yes. Or sit in the non-smoking section, but
I
I'm
want to blow the smoke.
Oh, you want to blow the smoke?
I want all the smoke. Give it to me.
Yeah. So, but if you're in and around this area, it's an awesome upscale adult thing to do.
Okay. So that's what's up. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna motivate you into this week's word.
Ooh,
Let's get a word. So with this one, I've been really finding myself, it just came to me. I didn't have to do too much thinking. But I know Proverbs 13 and 20. Because every week on Tuesday, we said we're going to surely motivate you into a positive note. And the positive note that I'm going to leave you with is keep company with the wise and you will become wise. Choose your friends wisely. Choose your associates wisely. Choose the people you travel with wisely.
Okay, I see what you did there. I see what you did.
You like that?
I like how you tied that thing all together.
Tie that thing. And 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Bad company corrupts good manners." So just make sure you're choosing your friends wisely and just being intertwined with people that nudge you into a positive place. Don't tempt you to be off tilter.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for the word of the week. And I'm going to apply those principles to my life and begin to reflect on the word of God as it applies to me and the things that I have going on. So we do appreciate you for checking out this week's episode of the Sheer Motivation Podcast. Delina and I are so grateful to be back this week, and we're so excited for this week's episode. We hope that something that we said uplifts you, encouraged you, and inspired you. Go like, share, and follow and subscribe to us. We are listed on Spotify, Amazon Music. We're also on Samsung Podcast Index, listening notes.
Like, subscribe, share if you care. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I know you guys are watching. I appreciate all the support. I've gotten a lot of DMs. I've gotten a lot of interesting topics. I know some of my friends have reached out and gave me interesting topics. So we'll be touching on that stuff as time goes on. But definitely hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you next Tuesday when you come back and we motivate you to get through your next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.